Hey guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel. I'm just having like a little self-care moment this afternoon. You know, it's been really cold lately, and of course it's about to snow tonight as well. So I'm not going anywhere. I'm tucked inside of my apartment. I got my bathrobe on and I'm just slowing down tonight. And it's the perfect time for me to do my Kenzzi IPL device. Now, I just want to give you the big heads up. Today's video is sponsored by Kenzzi. They are the makers of the IPL hair removal device that I'm going to use today. I'm going to show you how that works, talk about, the benefits, maybe some drawbacks to the device, share my progress so far. And as I use the device, I'm just going to kind of give you some updates. It's just going to be a really chatty, relaxed type of video. So if you guys are so ready, give the video a big thumbs up and let's get started. I want to let you know there will be some flashing in this video from the device. Just a heads up for those who might be bothered by it. IPL is intense pulsed light. Some people do refer to it as laser hair removal. That's not quite true because it's not really technically a laser, but it's not a bad way to kind of think about it because it is intense pulsed light, right? That is targeting the hair follicle and the hair bulb, and it slows the growth over time. And then after your treatment, it does kind of kill it off so that you're left, hair free and it just doesn't grow back. So definitely an intriguing idea, right? And I have to tell you, shaving and hair removal just in general is an option. It's a choice. Nobody should feel forced to be, doing anything. But I'll tell you, I do enjoy a smooth leg. I really like that feeling. Not only because I wear tons of skirts and dresses, not in the winter time. It's a little cold. I'm definitely wearing tights or leggings under those skirts and dresses. But I do love wearing dresses a lot more than pants. And I do love that feeling of a smooth leg when you get into bed against the sheets. I think it's great. It is kind of annoying to get that way, right? And I've tried everything. I really have tried everything. I've tried waxing. It's too painful. I can't stand it. Plus you have to wait for your hair to grow back in. I don't like it. I've tried epilators, which are they look like electric razors, but they pluck your hair out really quickly. Again, too painful. I've tried the chemical creams that you spread all over your legs, and it basically burns the hair off of your legs. Okay, they're super messy, they smell, and they irritate my legs so badly. I am pretty sensitive skinned on my body, and it leaves my legs super red and really, really itchy. Quite honestly, shaving, even though it's time consuming, and I personally do, if I want a smooth leg, I do have to do it every single day. It's just been the easiest option for me. So I've kind of resigned myself to shaving, to resign myself to my fate, right? I am going to be bluntly honest with you. When Kenzzi did reach out to me and ask if I wanted to try the device, potentially to do a video about it, I was like, I don't think so. Seriously, because I am so jaded about everything but shaving. Do you know what I mean? Everything but shaving. It's never worked for me. And so even though I was really and I've seen this device before on other YouTube videos and on Instagram, it is interesting, it is promising, but I was just I doubt that it's going to work for me. I have very thick, coarse hair that grows in very fast. I don't know if this is going to work for me, but you know what? I'm willing to give it a try and stay open-minded. And obviously, spoiler alert, I am enjoying my experience with this device and the results that I'm seeing so far, which I'll share with you in just a second. And that's the reason why I'm making this video, else I wouldn't be making this video. But I was skeptical, like probably a lot of you are. So here is the Kenzzi. So you get the IPL device itself right here. So let me first show you the cord, because I thought this was really great. And you're probably like, Kelly, why are you so excited about a cord? Let me tell you, it's super long. It's super long, and I think that's great because a lot of the majority of electronic type of things I've been getting in the last couple of years come with these really short little USB cords, right? And they don't even come with the wall plug. So first of all, I was just impressed by that. But also the long cord is perfect because it just makes, using this device, if you're going to use it up on your arms or on your legs, or maybe you plug it in over here, but you want to use it over there, it's easier. It's just easier. It also does come with a little booklet. It tells you how to use it, of course, but there's also some really good advice in here. What settings to use when you first start your treatment and how to work yourself up. And it also talks about, how to treat your skin before and afterwards as well to get the best results. So this is the IPL device. It's pretty lightweight and it does feel pretty good in the hand. It's not too like oversized or heavy, which is important because if you use this on a large area like your legs, you're going to be holding it for a while. It does take a while to use, in my opinion anyways. So you just plug the power cord into the bottom, and then on the back here there is a power button. Just press that once. You can hear it whir on. There's like a little fan inside of here. There's 5 different like intensity settings, and it is recommended to kind of start from the lowest level and sort of work your way up as you go through your treatments. Now this big panel here, this is just one big button. Now if you've noticed, I pressed this a bunch of times and nothing is happening. You don't see any intense pulsed light, and it's because there's a safety mechanism on this so that you can't just like accidentally flash it at somebody's eyeballs. That would be terrible. So you do have to be pressed flat up against skin in order for it to work. So, see? But it won't work if I do this. So the ideal candidate for a device like Kenzzi is going to be somebody who has a lot of contrast between their skin tone and the hair that they want to remove. So really the ideal candidate is somebody with pale to medium tone skin and very dark hair follicle. Because the way that the intense light works is it's got to find that hair follicle and send the energy through it in order to start, killing it off. And it's just not really capable of finding that hair follicle if you don't have the contrast. So that means if you're somebody with very pale skin and maybe blonde hair, very fine blonde hair that you want to remove, the Kenzzi's not really going to work for you. And actually really no at-home IPL device is going to work because they all essentially work the same and they really do need that contrast. And of course on the flip side of that as well, if you have dark skin and dark hair, it's probably not going to work for you either. So those are major drawbacks. Now we got to talk price because the Kenzzi does retail for about $229. Now, of course, I do have a discount code for you guys. I'm going to save you $50 off of that price. So like $179 for the Kenzzi if you follow the link in the info box below. That'll save you a nice amount off of this device. But even so, I mean, we are looking at a nice chunk of money, right? You know what I mean? $200, $179, that's a good investment. You definitely want to do your research on something like this before you commit. If you do want to get like professional IPL, like where you go to a salon and get it done, I mean, $229 is like your first treatment. So you would easily spend way more than what the Kenzzi costs to get professional IPL. So this is a nice investment because you just always have it. You know what I mean? They say that there's about 10 years of use, like 10 years of clicks in this. So you can do your initial IPL treatment, and then if you have to kind of like top it off, like down the road, maybe the hair starts to grow back, you can just start using this again. It's a one and done type of investment. And I mean, I think a big pro to something like this, especially during these COVID and lockdown times, right? You can do this at home. You can't, so a lot of us can't actually go to salons right now because they're not open. A lot of countries are in lockdown. A lot of people are not comfortable going into those types of public spaces right now. So, I mean, this makes sense because you can do this on your own time, in your own home, in front of your own camera. You know what I mean? So a few things to get the best results out of your Kenzzi. You do want to shave your legs. What? But it actually makes sense once you realize how a device like this works, because remember, it sends energy through the hair follicle to help kill off the bulb, which will result in the hair not growing back eventually, right? So if you have a long hair that extends outside of, your leg, the hair that shows, it's got to really travel very far through that hair down to the bulb. And so it is going to like lessen the results, but if you shave that hair, you shorten it. And there's just a lot less travel time for the light to get down to the bulb of your hair. And you do want to get like a nice good close shave, so definitely consider exfoliating your legs before you shave just to make sure that you get that really close shave, get the hair as short as possible. Other things to keep in mind, this device should not be used on tattoos. Areas with any type of ink, don't use this on there. And if you have moles or dark freckles, do not use this device over those areas. Just avoid that. Just like go around it, but don't put the light directly onto it. It can do all kinds of funky things to moles. So just don't do it. Okay, that was a lot of explanation. Let's get down to using the device, shall we? Some people do ask if this hurts. Yeah, I mean, it's not super painful, but it is uncomfortable. I'm gonna say that. And now I know some people say it feels like nothing. I hardly feel anything. I'm gonna say like I definitely do feel. I do feel something. A lot of people have described it like a rubber band snapping against your skin. I would say that that is pretty accurate. It's not anywhere near epilator pain or waxing pain, but I will say it is a little uncomfortable. Okay, this is like one of the most like awkward positions I think I've ever been in, but it works, right? You can see what I'm doing. So you just want to hold the Kenzzi flush to your skin, and then two options. You can either just press the main button here and you get the flash, or what I really like about this, and it's super convenient, hold that button down for like 3 like lights, and then it kind of goes into automatic mode. They call it glide mode. And just like what I said before, there is the safety mechanism on this. So if I were to do this, it stops gliding, but once it meets your skin, it starts to flash again. So you can hold it down on the area like that, or you can just kind of slowly move it up your leg. It's really up to you, and you can do this on your leg up to 3 times. They say 3 passes, and I do the 3 passes because my hair is quite thick, is quite dark. Like, it's gonna take some time to get some results with my type of hair. So your regular treatment is going to be once a week, and they say you need about 12 weeks to get the full results. This is my 5th treatment, so this is my 5th week using it. I'll be done by the end of March with the full 12. Let me tell you what I'm seeing so far with the device. It's definitely slowing the growth down. It definitely is. I actually shaved my legs last night, and they're completely smooth today. That may not sound like huge results, but for somebody like me who would shave in the morning and then at like 8 o'clock at night be kind of stubbly already, that's a huge result so far. So I'm very happy and impressed with the results. And I told you, like, I was very skeptical about this working, and I was skeptical about this for like the first 3 weeks that I was using this. I was like, I don't know, I don't like this. It's very time consuming. It really is, but now that I'm seeing the results that I'm seeing, I'm super motivated to keep using this, you know what I mean? One couple of things that I don't really like about this, like I said, time consuming. You can see I've done two sections of my legs. It takes me like an hour to do just my legs. Just my legs. So if you wanted to use this on your arms, your underarms, your bikini, which you can use it on all of those areas, it's gonna take a long freaking time to do. So usually what I do, I don't usually film myself while I do this, but I'll usually like watch Netflix, which isn't it funny that we say like watch Netflix, but maybe we're watching like Amazon Prime or something else, right? I would say watch Netflix. It's like a catch-all for just streaming. So I'll stream something, I'll watch like a movie, or one of my favorite things to do is actually listen to a podcast. I do, like, as you can see, it's quite flashy, the light, it is, and I don't know if this is, like, distracting to you guys on the video, but it can, like, be annoying to my eyes. I'm pretty light sensitive, so I actually do usually wear sunglasses when I do this, and I think that that's not a bad idea, because even though this is safe, it's got the safety mechanism on it, for sure. I do think that it is good to protect your eyes because you do only get one pair in life, right? I will tell you, the hair on like my shins is really thick, coarse. It grows super fast. The hair on my upper legs is still very dark. I'm not blessed with like light hair on my upper legs like some people are. But with the hair that's not quite as coarse on the upper, but I still have the contrast, right? Up here stays smoother for longer than here currently on week 5. So if your hair isn't quite as thick, it will even start to work faster for you than like when I started to see results like 4th week, right? Because this is the 5th week now, right? And it was really only like 2 treatments ago that I was like, oh, wait a second, I'm super excited about this. So just kind of a word to the wise there. If you don't have like super duper thick hair, but it is dark, it might even work faster for you. But yeah, areas where the hair is maybe just a little thinner or finer, it is working faster. And I will tell you, the hair here on my shins is growing in softer. and finer. I have been using it on my underarms as well, and that hair, definitely dark and coarse, right? That is coming in a lot softer as well, and it does seem to be not as thick. So those are some really interesting developments with this so far. Let me just kind of give you guys like a little, because you know I've been doing a couple of videos throughout like 2020, just like sharing like how I've been feeling about the whole COVID and pandemic thing. I will admit to you, this past week has been so strange because I have just been having the weirdest dreams. And this is definitely a carryover from last year, but I don't know about you. Do you get dreams? I get these like anxiety dreams. Either there's a bunch of people around me and they're not wearing masks and I am, or I'm in like a public situation and I actually like end up, for some reason I forgot my mask and nobody else is wearing masks. And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm not wearing a mask. I have like mask anxiety dreams. It's very, very strange. And I've been having them for months. They went away for a while, but they really got intense in the past week. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'm like super worried about masks right now, which I think it's a normal thing, but it's just the strangest kind of like anxiety dream to have. I will tell you, my nightmares usually are like Ted Bundy, like serial killers, but now my nightmares are like people not wearing masks. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, you know, it is very cold where I live right now. It's been really snowy. So just like going outside is just, you know what I mean? It's just, no, every Wisconsin winter is quarantine. It's our own mini form of it. It really is, because it's just too cold to go anywhere. I mean, we're talking like in the negative, you know, Fahrenheit numbers. Like, it's just too cold. You go outside, you like breathe in the air, and the hairs inside of your nose, that one kind of really pinched my skin. I told you, like, you get used to it, but there's a couple of times, like, certain sensitive areas that, like, ugh, feels like a pinprick or something. When you go outside and you breathe in that icy, frigid air, the hairs inside of your nose, you feel them freeze because there's a little moisture inside of your nose and it freezes. That's when you know it's cold. Anyways, it's just not pleasant to go outside. I go out a few times a day with my dog, of course. It's even been too cold to really go on any kind of walks. You know what I mean? We just go outside, do your duty, and get inside because it's too cold for her. It's too cold for me. It's just not safe. And going to the store is just like horrible because you have to like put on all your boots and your long coat and your hat and your hood and your gloves, and I hate it. I hate all the layers. I feel like a stuffed marshmallow. So anyways, this is a really long way of me saying I'm not going anywhere anyways. My area is not in any kind of like lockdown. We probably should be, but we're not. But I'm in a self-imposed lockdown. And even so, even though this is like the choice that I'm making, because I think this is the right choice for me, I have to tell you, like, I am so bored. I'm so bored. I am really, really fortunate to be somebody who is very busy with work. I'm always working on something, right? And I mean, like, doing YouTube videos is very time intensive and I absolutely love it. Don't get me wrong. But from planning what I want to, you know, what kind of content I want to make to doing what I'm doing now, which is filming, which it takes some time, and then editing, that's the time that takes the most for me. And then uploading and doing all the thumbnails and stuff, that definitely, and I do quite a few different videos a week. I am grateful to be busy. I am also grateful that I don't have, besides my dog, any children to take care of. You know what I mean? Like, I can't even fathom what it's like to just have the full house with the kids, doing school from home and things like that. I know that it just compounds it, and it just makes it difficult, and you have to wear so many hats, and I can't even imagine. And I can't imagine what it's like if you are somebody who is trying to do your education from home. I've actually done a lot of online school in my educational past, and it's not easy, and not everybody is cut out for it, because it just takes a whole different skill set to really self-direct your own learning. And so I just know my experience, you know, and I try to have a lot of empathy for other people's experiences, but it's not, no matter where you're at, I don't think that anybody has had like an easy time of it. Some people harder, some people less hard, but I think we're all kind of at the point where we're like, we're kind of done. We're kind of bored. I think we just feel like our lives have been put on hold. I've just like been in that mindset where I'm just like, I'm done putting things on hold. if that makes sense. I think it's more of a mental thing than it is like a physical thing, because there's definitely some things that have to be put on hold. Like, I would like to go travel. You know, it's not happening. You know what I mean? But there's other stuff that I feel like I held myself back from, or I was just like, well, we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see how 2020 develops, how COVID, whatever. And now I'm just kind of like, you know what? Just do it. I've just gotten a very different perspective on time through this past year, because first of all, 2020 was like, some months were super short, some months were super long. I'm feeling that in 2021 as well. Like, January is like the longest month in history to me. I was like, when is this month gonna end? It's never ending. And generally time does pass very fast for me, but January was like 3 months in one for me. February is just gone by so fast. I can't even comprehend February right now. It is a short month, but I mean, like, it really like flew by. We'll see what March has to bring. But it's definitely given me a different perspective on time. You know, pre-pandemic, there was a lot of stuff that I would hold myself back from doing, whether it was work related, YouTube related, personal related, I don't even know what, you know what I mean? Just, I held myself back from a lot of stuff because I wasn't ready, or I didn't have enough time, or whatever. And there's just something about spending a year in the house in quarantine. There's something about just not, I don't know, like, just, there's just something about how time has changed in the last year with everything that has happened. It's given me a different perspective. I've also just kind of taken on the perspective of just like, time is short. You know what I mean? 2020, as long of a year as it was, it did go by fast in some senses, and our lives just get turned upside down quickly, and we can't predict that kind of thing, and you just have to go for it. Does that make sense? You just have to go for it and not hold yourself back. You know, to the extent that you can go for it, right? Because definitely there's some things we can't go for right now, like, you know, that trip to Italy or something. Like, it's probably not in the cards right now, but all that being said, I've just definitely have felt a little bit bolder in some senses. I've just definitely felt like, don't hold yourself back. Don't waste time. So when I finish a leg, I just like to put some aloe gel on my leg, because it does feel like a little, like, not badly, not like irritated itchy, but just like a little like tingly after I do it. So I just like to put some cooling aloe gel, and they do recommend that in the booklet for Kenzzi, just to kind of like soothe and calm down your leg. I realized when I went to go grab the aloe that I didn't put any skincare on my shelf. It's completely empty because I was like switching everything around, and I never put it back before I started filming, so whoops. I usually like to have like a little display there. All right, and that's how it works. It's actually really very easy to use. It just takes a little bit of time. You know, what I will tell you though is that it does work. I was really jaded about this. As I mentioned before, I didn't think I was going to make this video. I didn't think that this was going to work for me, because I've just been burned by every other hair removal method in the past. But so far this is working really well, and I'm so motivated by the results that I'm seeing with this. The fact that I'm just about halfway, I just did like my halfway treatment, right? Just about halfway through, and I'm already not having to shave as often. And so that in itself is such a huge win for me, who has to shave every single day. Now it's like every 2 days, which is, like I said, it's a big win for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and a big thank you to Kenzzi for sponsoring today's video. If you want to like check out the device, like I said, everything is in the info box for you guys, plus a discount code. And I will for sure update you. My 12 weeks will be up right at the end of March, so I'll definitely update you after that and let you know the final results and how I feel about it. But right now I'm feeling very positive, and I'm really enjoying the results. So I'm curious to know, have you been interested, or have you used IPL in the past, or do you use some maybe other type of hair removal method? Let me know in the comment box below. If you guys enjoyed the video, it was helpful to you, please consider subscribing if you're not already. I make 2 new, usually skincare focused videos every single week, sometimes 3. So turn on notifications so you never miss when I upload the new videos throughout the week. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day wherever you are in the world. You know I am hoping that you are happy, healthy, and safe. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.